Everybody, how we doing? How we doing? Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If the music's too loud, let me know. What's up, everybody? How are we doing this evening? How are we doing? Good evening, good evening. We got Pixie, we got Miss Wolverine. Who else? I saw. We got DW here, we got Belle, Alejandro. What's up, girl? You made it. Welcome, welcome. Pixie and the love is here. Hello, Belle. What's up? Let me know if the music's too loud. I'll be turning it down after the song ends. Gotcha. You finishing up the movie? No worries. Oh, thank you so much for the gifts. You didn't have to do that. No. Turn the room back on. Whoa! Turn the room back on now. I don't know why it was up there. I don't know what's happening with these guys. We'll fix it one day. How's everybody doing today? How is everybody doing? Just have it playing in the back. Stop. There we go. All right, Carissa's here. Emily is showing up. Hello, everyone. Excuse me. All right. How is everybody doing? Great. We finally got snow in the mountains. Is that a good thing? Snow in the mountains? Okay. Yay for snow in the mountains. What the hell is, wait, this side. What is that going on? What is? Oh, my hair's at that weird stage. Anyway, okay. Happy Monday, Carissa. Hello. How's the boat coming, love? How's the boat coming? Did you find a jar of dirt? Emily Zayden is really giving it to Violet tonight, and Theo Fanish just, that's funny. Hey, Britt, what's up? Yes, you didn't get any this year. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad you're getting the snow then. That's good. You finished? You finished the boat already? Quit playing. Nuh-uh. Did you really? Timmy, congratulations. Timmy's missing an eyeball. Timmy's going through it, y'all. I'm gonna have to get better health care soon. Timmy arm, he broke it. He can't hold the sign no more, and I think one of the cats got an eyeball. She be ready to set sail, Captain. Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm glad all the rum's not gone. Hell yeah, that's amazing. I love the video that you posted. I know, right? Timmy going through it. He gets stuck with all the Jonas chapters and he getting beat up. Poor little guy. If I fall asleep, I'm sorry. Oh, no, you're good. Plus, you tore down like a fence yesterday. What are you talking about? I'm surprised you're here, girl. Seriously, you should just it's okay. Go take a break. Go take a break if you need it. Girl, get out of here. Go lay down. Go take a bath or something. Shower. I don't know. Whatever you prefer. I live for the lives. Well, okay. I appreciate it. I don't want to keep you awake. Are you watching? Hang on. I thought I had it muted. Yep. Sorry. Game's coming on later. Sorry. I thought I had it muted all the way. I just had it at the one crack. Sorry. But anyway, yeah, self-care. I'd go self-care and we'll be here at the live. Like, go take care of yourself. Sorry about that, baseball. Anyway, Carissa, glad Violet and Aiden are expelling energy because it's making me sleepy too. That's funny. Got sunburn, but my sunburn got so much worse. The dichotomy of red versus... Oh, okay. That sounds... Ladies and gentlemen, I will let you know. Emily keeps... Emily, you keep life so amazingly interesting. Like, in a good way. Like, I am not gonna lie. You... Seriously. Like, if you didn't post... if you didn't post pictures of everything that you were doing, some people would be like, oh, she's just talking out her third point. But like, you're literally like, it's so amazing to just sit back and like, dude, Emily is just going at it, y'all. She is going at it, right? Like, it's amazing. And Bell's like, yeah, no worries. Exactly. It wouldn't be normal if something didn't happen. The 3 lives, the transfer over, the voices talking over voices. I wonder, I don't know what it all is. All the weirdness. That one, though, that was me. The baseball was me. I thought I had it muted, but I did not. I love manual labor, but it has to be hard labor. That's what she said. If you tell me to weed a flower bed, I'd cry. Fair. I hate weeding flower beds, but I end up doing it about half the time. But no, I agree. I would do more hard labor now, but after a while, I can only do so much because my back now, unfortunately, it's stupid. Anyway. So good googly moogly. So while we're waiting for everybody to get here. Careful, I got a restriction. Oh, yeah, right. For real. Yeah, hopefully. I got it. They said something early, so I'm muted. It was just, hopefully it was just like at the bear and it was under the freaking music, but we'll see. I don't know. While we're waiting for everybody to get here, I got to 70. Like, I tell you what, I hope everybody that's here like caught up to at least like 74 before, like, you know what I mean? Because what the if not, I don't want to say nothing. I don't think Carissa started yet, so we're gonna wait. I don't think Carissa started yet. She's doing something else, so we'll wait. See, my brain remembers lots of things, but not all the things. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay, so we shall wait. We will be. No, don't be sorry. You got lots of things going on. Don't be sorry. Everybody always be saying they're sorry. Like, nobody's saying you got to read the same stories we're reading. It's okay. But you know it's not okay? Rune not getting out of the first damn round. What is with...
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
Seriously, what is the procedure to get Rune out of the first round? Because apparently it's not staying calm, thinking the first game was a flop. Because we came back in the second goddamn bracket, and again, I mean, I understand. First time he was upset. This time it was a tie, and he lost by the dice. But fuck, this is bullshit.
Rune Danon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
She lost her bet, so she had to read Book of Azrael. That's not a bad bet to lose. I mean, oh no! There we go. Alrighty then. So what was the bet? Do we get to hear the bet? Was it like a crazy one or was it like just a silly bet? What kind of bet was it? What kind of bet was it? Twas. The Book of Azrael series is so good. That's weird to say. The Book of Azrael series. It's a book, but it's a series. It's a series of books. It's a book series. I bet she couldn't read Wolf Knight and Night Prince in 3 days. Okay. Okay. Now, how do we verify that she read the whole thing and didn't just read like 80% of it? You know what I mean? Like 1, 2, skip a few chapters. Like, did you pick random chapters in quiz? Is that a Sean? Sean! We got a Sean sighting. What? Boom, 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 boom. I saw her update her Goodreads at 3. Dang, okay. I don't know how that works, but I mean, it's your bet. So as long as you're happy with it, wow, that's crazy. I don't know how big that series is either, but that's crazy. Okay, there. Now I think my throat, man. Boom, 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 boom. How you doing, Sean? How are things? How's the kitty? Kitty's good. 5 books. Ooh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Boom, 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 boom. Kitty is much better. Good. Okay, so we've gotten past the chemical scare and we got past the plastic bag scare, right? We're out of Kitty. We're good. We're good. All right. Yay, happy kitties. We all like a happy kitty. I'm just saying. A happy pussy is a healthy pussy. Remember that. Our pets are putting us through it. Oh, Lord, yes. Oh, pets always seem to do that, right? I'm just saying. Oh, man. All right. So, does anybody remember who was on buttons last time? I don't remember. Who was on buttons last time. Swanson, welcome, Swanson, welcome. Welcome, love. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Oh, thank you. Boom, 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 boom. Nobody remembers. I'm enjoying it. It's urban fantasy, so it's like a Crescent City starter pack. That's kind of funny. We need a page in that notebook for who is. Yeah, I just be randomizing. Like, I need to write down who was on what. That's a good call. I'll start doing that. Like, this week is my button, so I got a brand new page. It'll be this week's button page. This week's I'll be nice. This week's button page. Page for the buttons. I'm hoping P shows up soon in case corporate got anything, but I don't know. What's happening. I'm good. I'm glad everything's going good for you. So I've been practicing the name. Swanson. You were on, but that was Friday. That was like Friday. We didn't read that night. Y'all finished the movie, love?
No.
They turned it off. Why'd they turn it off?
The Disney app keeps shutting off, and then.
I was being stupid again.
Yeah, so we're gonna watch it.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Yeah, I got you. I understand. That sucks. I'm sorry. But
on the chair, there's just
always one more staple. They were watching Iron Man. So yeah, quick story. It's funny. I of course watched the MCU as it came out, originally, and then a few years ago, Liz Face was like, "Hey," she saw me playing Marvel Rivals one day and was like, "Oh, that looks kind of fun." So she started playing a little bit, and then she was like, "Hey, I'm kind of interested in watching the movies now." So I was like, "Let's go." So her and I watched all the movies, and then she became a big fan and then ended up watching some of the TV shows and was like, okay, hey, we're going to go see Fantastic Four. We're going to go see, I know he's DCU, but we're going to go see Superman. And then she's like, we're going to go see Thunderbolts. Like, she's like, come on, we're going. I'm like, let's go. Fuck yeah. And then Mini-Me, right after we finished, she was like, I'm going to watch him too. And we were like, cool, let us know. And then she decided to just like power watch him herself and didn't tell nobody in like 3 days and then fell in love with it. So then the little one was like, okay, just recently she'd seen the 3 Guardians movies and she liked Rocket, but then all of a sudden she just went on this binge of watching tiki-talkies of them and sending them to her sister. And she was like, I kind of want to watch them all now. So last night we started with Captain America. We watched for dinner, Captain America, Winter Soldier, or not Winter Soldier, the first Avenger. So we watched that one. And then tonight they started with Iron Man. But for some reason, the Disney app for us, like you'll watch 20 minutes and then shuts down and then restarts or whatever. So it's so annoying. So I guess they got tired. So we'll finish it tomorrow. But yeah, they skipped Captain Marvel and Hulk, but nobody really watches those. So anyway, but yes, I don't know. So Allie Grace, that's right. It was Allie Grace was on Buttons, right? No, it was, hang on. It went Allie Grace and then Sean and then Red, right? I think Red had him last. Because we did that pop-up on Thursday. Yeah, DW had him for a while on trivia, which I'm still working on that. But yeah, no, Red had him last on Thursday. Thursday on the pop-up. Timmy! That's why Timmy's hurting right now. So,
speaking of buttons, you should really push one.
This guy, I already did, but this guy. He did earn it. He did it. I'm just saying, Rune was. Yeah, Timmy here. Let me see if I can show you. See how he got that eye, and then there's the other eye. He lost. Timmy lost an eye. He's one-eyed Timmy. He's one-eyed Timmy.
Room too fresh.
What? Rune's too fresh. He needs more experience. Oh no, I get it. I understand. Like, he's still leveling up his experience. I'm just shocked that Rune has somehow not made it out of the first round with as loved as everybody says they love him. It just shocks me, and it makes me wonder if I'm being fed lies or falsity just because I like him so much. You see what I'm saying? You're starting to make me question what Wise is trying to say is he earned it, but they're all wrong.
Or your dice rolling abilities are just.
Hey, listen, I wasn't trying to roll for anything. I was just rolling. It was just. I mean, maybe Destiny's trying to say. I don't know.
You know.
I mean, you might be now, just because you wanted me to like I said his name like kind of cool, and you were like, I wonder if we can, you know how like I'm getting y'all to tap for buttons. Y'all were like, hey, maybe we can gaslight him into saying this guy's name really cool. See, you were reverse psychology.
So
yeah, see, exactly. Jack fucking Barlow lost not Timmy Lou. Hey. No, but why? His eyes are back. They're back. He got it fixed. They're back. We had to use some E6000 on the eyeball right there. It was good LASIK surgery for him. It was covered by Medicare, I believe. I beat the crap out of that thing. I ain't gonna lie. You don't understand. I beat the crud out of that thing. Nanotape? E6000 ain't sticking, and you think nanotape's gonna work? That's definitely gonna not make it work. Good Lord. Did you see that? Did you see that? Listen, y'all see how I protect Ernisha, right? When I start trying to get all acrobatic, like I gotta take her off. Like the padding, see? Not even. TRICARE? TRICARE. Listen.
TRICARE be busting out the duct tape, okay?
She said TRICARE. That's like saying the VA's worth it.
Did y'all hear about that?
Violent behavior. Oh, I was flagged again on the Tiki-Talkie because we were laughing at TRICARE. It was with the knife. It was because you had the screwdriver.
Oh.
You had the screwdriver. Anyway, so yeah, Ernisha, her pads. We need to get a larger flow pad.
Somebody's on my device.
Somebody
named Miniwise.
Oh, there we go. So yeah, we're working on that one.
Twisted List is commenting.
Oh, boo, Miniwise. Oh, that's boo. That's funny. Okay, all right. So anyway, TRICARE. More like they try to not care. Exactly.
That
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's still going under his case. Oh, it's getting worse too. Anyway, all right, let's talk about some good things that are happening right now. Let's talk about yeah. All right. Oh boy, that escalated quickly, right? Liz, what are you doing? She got me in trouble. Oh, I've got. What do you mean you got something? I get scared when you say, "Oh, I got something." I get scared. There's no telling what you got. Alejandra, secret project made an advancement. Oh, okay. I see a lot of y'all dropping out and having to join back in. Is it the Tiki-Talkie acting up? All right. More advancement. All right. We're watching you. Yeah, Yeah, hang on. So what I'm going to... And then go ahead. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. We have an announcement. What? Announcement. Okay. DW says Wise. Announce Wise Court. Oh, yes. Wise Court is in session. Anyway, so May 17th, during that brunch session, if you want, go down into the Discord. If you're going to hang out with us and you want to participate, we're going to be discussing the red and green flags of the people. Okay. He said, made me panic. I'm sorry. It was my beepity beep button. But yeah, if you go down to the Discord, there's the whole Wise Court section now, which DW has been working on. It is amazing. You can see who's gonna go on there. You can pick a side, and she's got it broken down into each side. If you want to be the prosecution or the defense, you can go in there. All right, but we got great ideas and everybody wants to talk, but like she says, we need some more participants to have the discussion. And this is your chance to say, hey, you remember when this character did this? Like, I think it is misconstrued, if you want to talk about a hot take or something. But there, as you'll see the characters that we're talking about, even if you don't agree with it, but you just heard a hot take and you just want to hey, see if you can, just get something out there and just have fun. Listen, I believe, put it this way, if I'm not mistaken, I think Bose said she is going to be on the defense for Jack Barr. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, I want to ruffle some feathers. Like, she's going to defend Jack Bart. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're talking about, folks. It's going to be crazy fun. So, definitely, if you're in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, let us know down in the chat. Somebody will get you the Discord link. You can jump it up in there. Join us, okay? And join us for Wise Court, May 17th. All right? And as we're starting to do that, as y'all are working on that, I am also currently starting to work. Well, I've been working, starting to work on some trivia. The next few days, I should be making some good headway on that, and we will start having a trivia night. Okay, where over the series that I've read, and then some just general pop knowledge trivia. We're gonna sign it up. We'll do it in teams. Excuse me. So that'll be just another fun night for us to hang out where we don't have to worry about reading and stories and just get to chill out and have fun. So there is that. What else? Okay. You get a button here until we figure out who is going to be on the buttons tonight. Jimmy picked that one. So, anything else?
I'm just following my destiny. I'm just doing what comes after.
Woo! All right. DW, is there anything else from corporate that we can think of? You did. So, excuse me, Belle, until I know what song we're going to use, it could be enough, but until we actually figure out the song and I figure out the beat changes, I won't know yet. So once the hunt button does get picked, once the hunt button does get picked to be made, then I will definitely be like, okay, we will need some more pictures. Okay, she said this button was amazing. All right, DW said she doesn't think she has anything else. Will do. Brittany says, I can do buttons, by the way. I shouldn't have to. Okay, Brittany, does anybody... Brittany, I have bequeathed you the buttons. All right, Brittany's going to be in charge of buttons tonight. Also, if you want, just for those that are in the Discord, if you are in the Discord, due to generous donations from all the people that are hanging out in there, not all the people, but many people that are in there, we have got boosts. And with the boost, we have been able to get a new tag. So by your name, you get a little WBTS, Wise Beyond the Stories, is what it stands for. But that way, if you do end up staying on Discord and you join other groups, it'll be by your name, and people be like, oh, what that is? I'll be like, oh, that's my group, Wise Beyond the Stories. So you know what I'm saying? It's kind of a little neato thing that we just got there. So you can choose to put that on. You don't have to, but a lot of people I know, they get on there just for a quick second. But if you wonder what you're seeing there, that's what that is. All right. And it is almost that time. We got about 1 more minute until we get started. All right. Before that happens out, I want to give everybody because let's see, I know, okay, I know Carissa's going to have to bounce out of here in a second because she's not doing this. Yeah, but before you leave, hang on. We're going to give you one more button. I'm going to give you a button before you bounce out of here. I think, does anybody else have to bounce out because they're not caught up? I'm gonna give you like another 5 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 3. Here, I'll give you this button to tell me if you're She wants to go out on a full tour. That's funny. That'll take almost 15 minutes. We'll get behind on reading. Unfortunately, I would love to, but we would be that's like a full tour is probably, we need to time a full tour, honestly. So, which really makes you feel better. All right, do you want one more though? I won't give you one more. Give you one more. And then Brittany, just so you know, just remember, for the people that are new here, or the people that stop by, we have 14 total buttons. 14 buttons. 2 of them are bad buttons. Get a bad buttons, buttons get reshuffled. Good buttons, you keep going. Have fun. Get a quick little happy thirst trap for your efforts for tapping on that screen, telling everybody that, hey, you like what you see here. That's right. So, okay, I have a Lego tile. That's funny. All right, let's go. I think, hey, what's up, MA? How you doing, love? All right, let's give her this one on the way. Sweet dreams are made of these. The Lego Queen's gonna go build some more Legos. Horrible song. That's why I'm not a singer-songwriter. All right. Carissa, have fun with your Legos, and we will see you next time, love. Keep posting the videos. Let us see how it comes along. All right. Where did that... Oh, it's over. It's over here. Yes. The Eurythmics. Yes, the Eurythmics. I'm showing my age. I know. I'm showing my age, folks. Shh. Shh. We're not going to talk about my age, okay? We're not going to talk about my age. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, Marilyn Manson does have a good version, too. I won't lie about that one. It was a good one, but he's gotten weird. He's always been weird. Anyway, we're not going to go there. Good music knows no age. Very true. Very, very, very true. Very true. Very true. Very true. Good music is just good music. We have a playlist. We call it Smoke. But yeah, it's got everything from literally Buddy Holly to Cradle of Filth and some of my harder stuff. Yeah, it's pretty wild. We got everything up on there. I mean, like Chappelle Roan, you name it, it's on there, but it's funny. All right, so, okay, we are about to get started. Kingdom of Claw, okay, chapter 75. So I hope everybody is here, is ready for that. Now, I just have one thing to, all I know is this, and I'm seriously, I'm a little perturbed, like my brain is telling me she's okay, but the other part of my brain is telling me that motherfucking Saga decided to fucking go all damn fucking King's Landing out the damn window, y'all. Like, if she jumped and y'all are telling me fucking... Listen, if you're somehow telling me, God damn it, Jack Barlow, get out of the way, that Cass, if you're telling me Cass B. Rune and Saga jumped out a motherfucking window, we gonna be fighting. We gonna... That's all I'm gonna say. I'm telling you now, the crash out is coming, folks. If the crash out may be coming, I hope y'all are ready. Cause good googly moogly. He better come in. He better came in and caught her. He better done come in and caught her. Is all I'm gonna say. He better done. If he didn't, we have it in question. We have in questions. Right, that's what I'm saying. If you're telling me Kaz did, right, and I'm telling you, that's the only reason. It's the only reason I'm sitting here saying is he going to show up at the last second? That's why y'all are putting him in front of Rune, because we're reading it. It's fresh in your mind. We ain't read about Rune in a few months. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going with in my mind. Okay, but anyway, digressing. We gonna get started. I just had to speak my mind. Been holding that shit in all damn day. All right, we're starting at Oh, you just bounced to 13. Okay, so we're starting at 12K. All right, let's see how many we got. We got 14. All right, we're gonna say you got to get to 30K. 30K for the full tour. And we got Brittany on the buttons tonight. We gonna write that down so that way we know who to hand it off to. All right. Cass and Saga are canon. I'd tell you what, he better shot out of a cannon in Carter before she decided to face good Lord. All right. Let's get into it. So these 5 chapters, I was hoping P was going to be here by now, but she's not. If somebody can jump in the cord, Papa, hey, we about to get going. I don't want him to miss too much. But yeah. Okay, here we go. These are short chapters. If we can get more through 5, then we'll do more than 5. We'll just go to our regular time. Okay, so we're just gonna go until we go because we're almost at the end. All right. With that being said, no more procrastination. Chapter 75, Kingdom of Claw. Timmy, why didn't you tell me? Timmy. Oh, I get it. You couldn't. He was looking out his bad eye. My bad. He was looking out the wrong eye. All right. Kalasgard. Scylla's white blade sizzled through the air as she launched into the striking sequence Ray had been working her through. She ducked low while sweeping up, but her back foot slid on a patch of ice. As her hand shot out to balance herself, her blade sliced through what clump of wild grass poking through the snow. "Focus," said Harpa, perched on a chair. Scylla had been working through the motions for hours already. Her hair was frosted white, her eyelashes crystallized and glinting. A dozen or so ice spirits played amongst the birds who gathered at Harpa's feet, chirping for bread. Oh, okay, no worries. Roku echoed in her mind, and she stumbled again, righting herself. Scylla released a frustrated breath. "What happened?" asked Harpa. "I'm distracted." "You must learn to block out the noise," said Harpa. "The first battle is always within yourself." Scylla's eyes slid to Ray, who was like perched on his favorite stump. Like her, he seemed lost in thought, stuck on Harpa's revelation from the day before. "Rokur," she said, "the twilight of our world." Scylla and Ray had exchanged an uneasy look at the statement. It was one thing to believe the gods held sway over minor happenings amongst mortals, the signs Scylla so often looked for, like weather, perhaps. But to believe that Merkur, god of chaos and darkness, was awakening to bring an end to life as they knew it, it was a leap. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so I'm guessing this, I know I'm butchering the name. I'm sorry, Rorkur. I guess that's their version of like Ragnarok is what I'm going to go with. Like when the god chaos, I'm going like that's their version of Ragnarok, okay? Hey, P, what's up, girl? Welcome, P. Okay, cool. Okay, that's what's up in my mind. All right. No one knew the full story of Roker. Harper had explained once there was a tapestry. I saw it in Sunavik as a young girl. Even then, it was ancient and badly frayed. I fear I do not know what became of the tapestry when the Urkins invaded. What I know of Rukirk is that it happened before. It is said that it began with the frost and ended with fire. Okay. The yarn begins with 3 long winters, bringing famine to the land, and it ends with the sleeping dragon awakens. Oh, a sleeping dragons. Okay. Cleansing the realm with fire and choking the sun with ash and smoke. Or a Ray maybe? From the wreckage, Ray there, dragon, see what I'm saying? From the wreckage of the new era shall begin of what passed between frost and fire is not known. It is but a tale Ray had injected. It is as real as the gods, Harpa had replied, as real as the sun and the Gulder flowing through your veins. Scylla was wary. It was too large a leap of faith. Yet when she thought of the shadowy presence of the voice in the ice caves, I didn't know what she believed. And the chasm, prompted Ray. A crack in the world, Harpa had replied. I've been weaving threads from all over Isildur these past days and see a pattern. Dark creatures, not seen in centuries, crawling from the crevices in the north and deep-rooted woods of the west, through swamps in the south and the winter spires in the east. Through those cracked Merkur spawn has emerged, feasting on flesh of men and Sandoval's other creations. The mother serpent. Daughter of Merkur, Harpa said softly, slipping into our world to bring chaos and strife. I am uncertain if the serpent's purpose was to kill you, or if it was an unfortunate coincidence. But it is said that only a Volsic bloodline can stop Merkur's chaos. This must be why he's been meddling with your ancestors. It seems he's trying to gain access to your mind. We must shore up your protections. Keep him out. Why a Volsic? Scylla asked in desperation. Harpa's eyes had grown distant. I fear it is one of the lost threads. It is said that the Volsics carry an additional blessing from Sunvalad, a gift from which to defeat Merkur, but the details are not known. History, Ray had said absently. The Western Woods, if your saying is correct, the Blood Axe crew are neck-deep in things they haven't a clue about. You believe this? Scylla had asked incredulously. I don't know, he replied, but I'll admit, it explains many things. Why the Ice Sprites saw you of all people. If the Ice Sprites believe you are the key to defeating the Merkur, then they have the blessing from Sunvalad. It fits they'd take you to the source of the spawn to defeat them. We're using some logic here. Hey, okay. Back in the present, Scylla tripped again, falling to hands and knees through rough land. What is so amusing? Asked Harpa, tossing another piece of bread. The birds squawked and the ice sprites hissed, all lunging for the bread. An ice sprite soon emerged from the heap. Victorious, it was chased around the yard by several more. Scylla rubbed her forehead, only that you believe the faith of this kingdom is in my hands, and I cannot even master walking without tripping over stones. More laughter bubbled up. You are improving, said Harpa. Each day you grow stronger. I see your determination. I see your strength, but I also see stubbornness, unwillingness to believe. Harpa paused. Until you accept the gifts the gods have given you, you will continue to struggle. Tears of defeat gathered in Scylla's eyes. Perhaps a break is in order, said Ray, stepping in between Scylla and his grandmother. Harpa pushed to her feet and began towards her home. I shall brew a replenishing tea. At the door to the cabin slid Ray. As the door to the cabin slid shut, Ray's arm slipped around Scylla's waist, pulling her flesh to him. All right, he asked. She forced a smile to her lips. It's a lot. It's merely a god fixed on destroying the world. Laughter burst from her, drawing almost smile from Ray. I wonder if this weaving foretold such a blundering Volsic. You see blundering. I see progress. There is beauty to behold in the in-between. Scylla was touched by his words. I would never have guessed the infamous Axe Eyes was such a wordsmith. His eyes were warming and shining. I've many hidden talents. Is that so? She smiled coolly. What kind of talents? I can fall asleep anywhere, he replied without missing a beat. Sitting, standing, on a horse. How in God's names can you possibly sleep standing? It's not that hard, really. It's really not. He leaned in closer. His warm breath fanned along his cheek. It involved a lot of prensa and strong friends to keep me propped up. Scylla's fingers slid to his beard. Slid into his beard. part affection, part searching out an uneven strand she might have missed this morning. I want to hear them all, each misdeed, each adventure. No, you don't, he huffed. Some stories are not meant to see the light of day. I'm sorry, Asa. Gasping, Scylla reeled back. Sorrow pulsed through her. So potential she fell to her knees. Scylla? Asked Ray. But Scylla pushed his voice from her mind. Diving deep within herself, she found the dark, quiet place. This is the only way to find peace. I love you, and will see you against amongst the stars. That's the last thing she said in the window. I swear to God, if she fucking King Landings herself, I'm going to lose my shit. Where are we at? Where? 18K. Good try. Good try. Good try. You started at 12, so we're going to give you the 20K. You get 2 buttons, Britt. 2 buttons. 2 buttons. Why? Calm down. Because I'm telling you, if she jumps out the... Y'all see my balloon? It's still going, y'all. Y'all see that? It's still going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Saga's a pain in my ass right now. Whoa. Hey, shit, don't phase me. It phases me. I ain't gonna lie. Hang on, what was that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What did we say? 13? And I got to get the transitions. in. What's that?
Do you like the caption of my post?
May not have been the earliest bird, but I do have. You're funny.
I thought of that all by myself.
You're funny. Your peak. Your comedy's
From, by the
peak.
way.
Yeah. Huh?
From, by the way.
I know.
That's part of the caption.
Oh, I love it. Okay. How many chapters do we have left? I just finished 75. I think there's like 89. I think there's like 14 chapters left, but they're all pretty short chapters, so it's going to go pretty quick. All right. So we're going to go, okay. Where did you went there? You got to the 20, you got about, okay. So, all right, 35K, 35K for the full tour. 35K for the full tour. All right. Are we ready? All right. Here we go. Chapter 76, Kingdom of Claw. Oh, look, I see Saga's name. All right, let's see if she decided to fly. Can you fly, Saga? Okay. The scream tore into Saga's mind and echoed off her skull. So startling clear, her eyes flew open. Blinking, she took the grassy field below her balcony, the royal forest and northern defensive wall stretched out beyond it. She gripped the wall. She trying to understand the taste of fear in her mouth, the scent of the hay and the mountain air in her nose. Saga shouted, mind Asa. Yeah, yell at her, Asa! Mind Asa, talkity! They had slipped into something heroic after all. Oh, no, you're just talking to your sister with your mind talkie. Don't do this. Oh, save her, Asa, save her, begged mind Elsa. Whatever has happened, don't do this. Saga's stomach swolled in disbelief clouded her mind, but more Claneri had gathered below, watching Saga, though she were a sport. Where were they taking bets, wagering on whether Ivar's little pet would take her own life? I can't live like this, though, Saga despaired, climbing through her. She startled past Askeborg's defensive walls. How could freedom be so near, yet so completely unattainable? I don't know what you've endured, but I know it's not right. Though, mind Asa, I swear to you, Saga, I will come for you. Fight a little longer. A sob was trapped in her chest, pushing and burning. But she would not let it free. I cannot, she thought. He cannot hurt me again. A blast of love wrapped around her like a warm hug. They shall pay, Saga. came Mind Asa's thoughts. Determination edged with anger. They'll pay in blood. Do not grant them victory by jumping. To feel such anger on her behalf was startling. Living amongst these people had twisted Saga's thoughts, had muddled her self-worth. I'm frightened, Saga admitted. The very idea of being near Magnus made her pulse race. 'Tis better to die one large death than 1,000 small ones at his hand. Someone has hurt you, though, Mind Asa, religious indignation flooding through Saga. It is not fair what you've weathered alone. But know this, Saga, it is always darkest before the light. Keep stepping forward, one step at a time. A sob broke, and Saga leaned against the wall. I'm so weary, Mind Asa. I don't know how much more I can endure. I, too, have been all alone, Mind Asa thought. A prison cell flashed in Saga's mind eye. Strange tapestry, a vile-looking clenary looming above her. You were there for me, Saga, in my darkest hour. I believed all was lost. But I saw you, your face, and you reminded me there was something to live for. I promised you one day we'd meet. Help me keep this promise. Something to live for. Saga tried to twist her thoughts back to this, but as her eyes caught on her scarred hands, the fists of panic squeezed tighter around her, and she grasped for breath. The castle's northern walls swelled and crest with moving waves, but a foreign blast of love and warmth left Saga disorientated. Stopped, big Mind Asa, and Saga felt her sister's madness, her desperation. Whatever has happened, Saga, we will get through it. Yearning uncurled in Saga's stomach. I miss you, she thought. I miss them. Then help me keep this promise, thought Mind Asa. I swear to you, Saga, we will see one another again. An ember of war flickered deep in Saga's chest. She stared over the castle grounds, though the northern district of Sunavik and to the farmlands beyond. Somewhere out there in the wilds of this kingdom was Asa, alive and breathing and fighting for Saga. Surely she could do the same, at least for another day. Very well, thought Saga. I will help you keep this promise for one more day. With a deep breath, she eased herself down from the railing. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Okay. She eased herself down from the railing and groped her way back under the chambers. As she slid down the walls and collapsed over bent knees, Asa's relief and love wrapped around her. I've made such a mess, one foot in front of the other, Saga, thought Elsa. Your path is shattered, and you cannot see clearly. With each step, it will become clear. Saga hugged her knees tightly, trying to calm her racing heart. You are wise for a figment of my imagination. I've never been called wise before, thought Asa with amusement. I think I prefer it repulsively cheerful. What if he harms me? Saga could not help but think. Asa was silent for a time. I do not know the answer, nor the right words. But her friend once told me she considered the hard times in life She considered the hard times in life kindling. She used them to build her kindling. She used them to build her fire higher and hotter. And when the time was right, she unleashed her inferno upon her enemy. Inferno, thought Saga. I too like the sound of that. You'd like this, friend, thought Asa fondly. One day you'll meet her. One day, thought Saga wistfully. Her head thunked gently against the stone wall, and she stared at the rafters. Though it was only morning, already she was bone-weary. Promise me, Saga. Asa's presence was sliding through her grasps, growing fainter. Promise me one day we'll be reunited. I promise, thought Saga. The thread of their connection was severed, though, and Saga was alone once more. Asa's warmth lingered on her skin. She felt so real, and in a moment, mad or not, Saga decided to believe that it had been real. In the bleakness, she'd focused on one singular emotion. Love. Right now, shrouded in darkness, Asa was her star, her guiding light, and Saga focused on this light with all her being. Fight for yourself, she repeated over and over until those words burrowed into her bones and flowed through her veins. Rallying cry, she thought. You've been bold and daring this month. You've spied on the queen and stolen into Elfson's study. Have greeted your past and stepped outdoors. And you've kissed a man. Twice. You've not come this far to fail, Saga. And with that, the decision was made. Saga pulled herself up and strolled across her chambers, reaching for the bell pull. Arlong appeared a few minutes later, lips curved in a tentative smile. Yes, my lady? Saga gathered what remained of her courage, straightened her spine. I need you to arrange a meeting with the queen. Woo! Okay. Okay. So Cass didn't save her. Saga saved her. Or Scylla saved her. Asa saved whatever the fuck you. Where's Cass? Cass is still. Okay. I'm still waiting to see 31K. Good try, but you did get two more buttons, Britt. 2 more buttons for you. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good conversation. 3 and 11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and 3.
I am Jonas, keeper of the red flag.
Demi, what are you doing?
Witness my Jonas.
No, that means we gotta shuffle them up. Shuffle the buttons up, boom, boom. I said shuffle the buttons up, booby-dooby-dooby, booby-dooby-dooby. Shuffle the buttons up. I said shuffle the buttons up. Yeah, it's still around. Yeah, you brought that. You brought Chodas into our life. I just want to say, you brought that into our life, ma'am. That was you. You have brought Chodas into this world. Nobody knew about that man, that blonde-headed whatever he is. What are you eating? Cookie. She got a cookie. All right. I love you. Hey, now, Demi did that. Fair. You're fair. You said that for sweet. Oh, what the heck? Oh, God, I can't believe she's talking like that. That's hilarious. All right. She said hello on the way in. She's hanging out with the kids on the inside. All right. Woo. Okay. Well, she didn't face plant into a king's landing or a princess's landing, so we're good with that. That's good to know. All right. I'm still trying to figure out. Cass better have a fucking glow. All right, let's get into it. Chapter 77. We are booking tonight. Kalisgard. Here we go. Excuse me. Good Lord, mother. Oh, excuse me. Oh, hang on. So I started you at 31. 45 is a full tour. 45 is a full tour. It's been a rough 24 winters. It has. But a red wedding isn't all. Oh, shit, son. Ooh, that'd be great. I mean, as long as it's a certain, depending on which side that is, okay? Scylla's on the road of bones. Scylla's on a bone. I'll tell you that one. That's a big bone. Anyway, chapter 77. Kalisgard. The morning they left Nordor, Ray found himself standing in Harpa's snowy yard. considering her home as though the gods were bidding them farewell. Norda was in full splendor. It was cold, crisp day, the frosted air shimmering in bright morning sunlight, and at the far edge of Harper's property a cluster of ice sprites twirled and danced, chasing a squirrel up a tree. And frosting the gnarled trunk, Scylla had already said her farewells to the tiny blue creatures after asking them to keep watch over Yolkul. She'd asked them to report to Vig, though Ray supposed only time would tell if they understood. Between Scylla and Ray's combined efforts, Harpa had 5 winters' worth of firewood chopped and stacked in her woodshed. Ray had cleaned and polished the interior of her home to the best of his abilities, had rethatched her roof near the smoke hole, and winter-proofed her home's walls with fresh pine resin. At the very least, Harpa was winter ready. Dinosaur bone plot hole filled. Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about where you're at, actually, and who Scylla's all feeling upon right now. And anyway, digressing. Okay, sorry. But Asa is not ready. Whined Reiki? What's her name? Ruki. After ensuring the ice sprites were busy at the yard's edge, Ruki had made a rare trip outdoors, her smoky form now undulated above Harpa's shoulder, casting steams in the cold air. Reiki is right, glowered the grandmother, ember eyes fixed on Scylla. We need to fortify your mind's defenses. Keep the dark one out. Ricky, Ticky Taffy. Gotcha. Ricky, thank you. Ricky. We need to fortify your mind's defenses. Keep the dark one out. Saga needs me, was Scylla's only reply. When Scylla had described the mind-to-mind communication with her sister, Ray had been filled with wonder and disbelief. He'd never heard of such a thing, and yet there were always anomalies amongst the Guldra. Any doubt he might have felt was assuaged by Scylla's steely determination. We must go to Copa now, she insisted. If you want to fight, I will draw my sword beside you, Ray had told her, and now he would prove his word. The rest of the day had been a blur, chasing down the warriors who would accompany them and sending word to Jarl Hakon. Copa had long been their plan. Jarl Hakon's resources and connections were essential in arranging for Saga's rescue, but with the trip now imminently upon them, he was filled with apprehension. Ray did not like making decisions based on emotions. That was how mistakes were made. Oh, I got to do a puzzle on the tiki-talkie 1 second. Doing a puzzle. It's probably because I got a friggin' somebody wanted to Barlow with a. We ain't gonna talk about that. Anyway, back to it. Where were we? Saga was. Ray did not like making decisions based on emotion. That was when mistakes were made, but Scylla would not be swayed. Saga was her last living blood relative, and as Ray watched his grandmother, he understood that duty in his own way. No matter how fraught his relationship with Harpa, if she was in trouble, he'd always come calling. And so Ray had resigned himself to the preparation. At last count, they had a group of 9 warriors, including Eric, Myra, Runny, and Ray's great surprise, Caliph had volunteered, installing Vig as a temporary chieftain in his absence. Okay, Vig. Okay, Chieftain Vig the Valiant. Ha ha ha. Get him, Vig. Your blade breaker skill remains elusive, said Harpa, her displeasure palpable. A few more weeks, and Saga could be dead, replied Scylla flatly. Ray's mind drifted ahead to Copa. They would take refuge in Ashfall Fortress, away from the Clenary's prying eyes, would set plans in motion to free Saga from Senevik. If Jarl Håkon and the Aprenza refused, if it meant gathering warriors on his own and storming the walls of Askaborg, Ray would do it. He was starting to realize Scylla could ask him to jump off a cliff, and he would ask which one. A slow smile crept across his face. Rainier, cooed Ricky. Surely you don't support this. I support her decision, he replied. Ricky pouted. Her charcoal wings flared. Her training began Harpa. I will continue her training, he answered, unless you wish to join us. Harpa's laugh was harsh. My place is here with my loom, you know that, Rainier. But the lines of her face softened as she studied him for a moment. I will be searching through the threads, communicating with the other weavers. If I discover anything, I will send word. He nodded. We will keep you informed of our whereabouts. Gaida and Vig will check in on you. Don't hesitate to ask them for anything, should you need it. Harpa's gaze settled back on Scylla. I fear this is Miker's doing. Is it Miker? Merker? That he lures you into a trap before your training is complete. Scylla remained silent. If you must go, remember this. You will never master your Galdra until you believe in yourself, in the gods, in your power. You have come far, but you still fight it. Remember, Asa, that to win, you must sometimes surrender. She's being all philosophical and shit. Something passed behind Scylla's eyes, and Ray reached for her hand, sliding his fingers through hers with a comforting squeeze. Harpa's eyes settled on their joint hands. Very well, sighed his grandmother, meeting the gaze. Stay safe, Rainier, and you, Asa. Scylla's hand remained steady at the use of her true name. And you, Harpa, she said, stepping forward and surrounding Harpa in a warm embrace. Ray battled a smile at the discomfort on his grandmother's face. Thank you for everything, said Scylla, pouring back with shining eyes. Truly, I leave here a better person. You've changed me, and I will carry a piece of you wherever I go. Very good, injected Harpa. Now you'd best get on the road. Startled at Harpa's quick ushering, Scylla broke into a grin. You'll miss us. I'll enjoy hearing my own thoughts. I'll miss your optimistic wisdom, cheered Scylla. Harpa shook her head, but the hint of smile peeked through. And you, Ricky, said Scylla, turning to the smoke sprite. I would hug you if it wasn't a risk to my life. Be well. Sorry, Timmy. She lowered her voice. The ice sprites are rather welcoming bunch, you know. Ricky cast a horrified look over her shoulder at the frolicking ice sprites. Not on your life, she retorted. But then she wrung her charcoal hands and look of anguish filling her girl-like face. Be safe, Rainier. And you, Trilla. Harpa and Ricky retreated into the cabin, and Ray found Scylla wiping tears from her eyes. Gods, but she truly was crying. For Harpa and a Shirley smoke spirit. Come here, he said, trying to hide his amusement. Pulling her close to him, he rubbed soothing circles on her back. I'll miss them, she sniffled in his chest. I doubt that, he muttered. But the only seemed to make her sniffle harder. You'll miss them too, he snorted. Save some tears now. Vig is next. Ah, Vig is next. Scylla wailed. Pressed her face tighter into his chest. Gaida, Vig, and Snorrel waited for them at the shield home. Rennie glowered at her feet, a cape of bright red perched atop her head, and Ray's lips quirked. One of Gaida's creations, he guessed. Ray went to his saddle sack and pulled out a small sheathed sword. Lowering on his knees, he'd pressed it to Sori. Don't let your brother's plants lie to your head. Don't let your brother plant lies in your head, Sori, he said. A true warrior is adept with all weapons. Eyes wide, Sori accepted the weapon. This is for me? Mind you don't run with it, Scylla cautioned. Aye, you run with it, Ray said, not trying to roll his eyes. What should a warrior amble into battle? At his leisure? He's 12, she retorted. Ignore her, Sori, continued Ray. Practice each day, and next time I see you, we'll spar. Straightening, he ruffled Sori's hair. The boy was already unsheathing the blade, testing the edge of his thumb. Gaida stepped forward, wrapping Ray in a warm, motherly embrace. I'm glad to see you came to your senses, lad, she whispered in an ear. She's a good woman. Mind you treat her right. To his horror, emotion felt thick in his throat. Gods, perhaps Scylla's affection was catching. I will try. Gaida pulled back, her smile warming and knowing. Don't let it be another 5 years before I see your face again, or I'll be forced to ride south and find you. I'll storm right up into your grand Aprenza meeting, and I'll pull you out by your ear." Ray snorted at the image. "It won't be 5 years. I swear it." He paused. "And thank you for everything." As he turned to Vig, Ray felt the tightness in his throat spread in his chest. "Be safe," he told his friends. "Follow the plan. Update me on the mother and hatchlings as often as you can. And yourself," he silently added. "Course," Vic grunted, an unreadable look in his eyes. "You'll be safe as well." Ray's response was a curt nod. "Oh, stop you two." Scylla sniffled, eyes shining as he looked between them. "Ashes, but she'll make me cry." Warm adoration wrapped around Ray at the sight of Scylla's emotion at the leaving his Kalasgard when she'd been so reluctant to come. Her transformation here had been remarkable. As he'd admit, had been his own. Where once he felt despair, now he felt renewed, filled with new purpose. "Don't worry for Ray," Scylla said in a watery voice. "I shall protect him." "Ah, but I doubt it," teased Vig, his eyes softening. "Fierce thing you are. We do not have the chance for an Orderian ice bath," said Scylla, wiping her tear away. "I believe you did your own ice bath," Vig said with a hearty laugh. "I'd wager that's enough to last a lifetime." Scylla launched herself at Vig, wrapping him in a fierce hug. "I'll miss you, Vig," she blubbered, burying her face in his chest. "Oh, she's crying again. Oh, Scylla." Vig patted her back, sharing a light-hearted look with Ray. "I'll miss you too, Scylla of the South. Keep searching out for that shy blade breaker skill of yours, and watch after Rooney, won't you?" "Of course." Scylla sniffed into his chest, unwilling to let go. Ray pried Scylla's fingers loose from Vig and shuffled around the back of the shield home to allow Runny some privacy in her farewells to her family. After several minutes of crying to his chest, Scylla drew back, looking at Ray with red-rimmed eyes. "You must think me a fool." "It's a beautiful thing," said Ray, wiping her tears away, "to forge such connection with others. Never feel ashamed of that." Excuse me. Her hand slid up his collar, pulling his mouth down to hers. "You always know just what to say," she whispered against his hips and kissed him slowly. "That's quite the opposite of what I've been told," he said, lips moving along the wet streaks on her cheeks. The salt on her tears burst onto his tongue, and he wanted to kiss them all away and ensure she never cried again. But movement within the forest had him drawing back and reaching for his sword. Fucking shit! I missed my sword! I got my sword. Sorry. I got my sword. "What is it?" Scylla's voice trailed as he followed her. Together they startled into the coal-black eyes of a barn owl peering at the low-hanging pine branch. It made no sense the creature to be awake during daylight hours. Made no sense for it to feel as though the owl was bidding them farewell. But Ray was learning something in this world could not be explained by logic alone. In the days following Scylla's battle with the mother serpent, she repeated the story she'd attempted to tell him under the auroras, had explained about the owl finding her in the twisted pine woods, of how because of the owl she'd chosen the Owl's Hollow Inn in Reckford, and how in this moment, rather than grief, Ray was filled with gratitude. "Thank you." Ray's voice shook with emotion. "Thank you for guiding her to me, for bringing us together." Scylla's hand found his, squeezing in tight. "Perhaps you may pay Harpa a visit," Ray said. "I know she'd appreciate it." The barn owl blinked, ruffled its feathers, and with a powerful push off the branch, it took flight, vanishing over the treetops and out of sight. Gaida's fading voice reached Ray's ears, as did Vig's proclamation that the great axe was, and forever should be, what a true warrior welded. Soon the voices were gone. Drawing back, Ray looked down at Scylla, wondering how a heart could feel empty and full at once. He sighed. "We best be getting on the road." Wow, what a good chapter. Oh, you did it! You did it! You did it! Full tour, let's go!
What comes next? I'm just following my destiny.
Come on. Let's go.
Is Emily still with us or did she pass out? Did we lose Emily? Did she finally cave in? Right, and I believe we got that one.
Rune Danon, Crown Prince of the Valbarans.
Mr. I've been robbed in the first round every single time because there's a conspiracy theory going on. How does this man not make it out of the first round? You just hit Shohei Ohtani, you son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Oh, my Lord. What? Whoa, hang on. Oh, God. Mother. Oh, okay. He didn't do it on purpose. I'm sorry. I can't talk. You get woozy. You wanna talk about you wanna get woozy. I had to sit here. A full tour is about 4 minutes. Okay. I think I hit all the buttons. I think I did. Okay, cool. A full tour is about 4 minutes. That's good to know. Nice. Thank you, Belle. Thank you. I think I hit them all. So we're about 4 or 5 minutes. Neat. I did Shadow Daddies. Did I not? That one. I think we missed that one, right? 10. Okay. I don't think I hit them all. That's what I'm saying. Oh, and then. Ten, maybe 11, 12. And then there. That should be all of them. Okay, so it's going to be maybe 6 minutes. Next time we get a full tour, I'll go in the order and then I'll do a shuffle again. Okay? Or we'll do it at the very end. I did Minorian. I did that one. That's the longest one.
No, we didn't do Minorian.
All right. She said yes, the little ones. That's funny. Okay, so next time we get a tour, I'll just go in the right order and we'll get a definite time. But we're about 6 minutes and 21 seconds. That's good to know. That is good to know. Okay, so where are we at now? You're at 55K. All right, go ahead and I'll let you pick one button for 55K. About 4 minutes that was arguing, right? For real. Okay. You're going to get a 55K button, and then we're going to go, since you got the full tour, you're going to have to get to 70K. 70K. All right. One more button, Britt. In a few months, it's going to be for real. It's going to be like, oh, you want a full tour? We're done reading for the night. 5, please. 2, 3, 4, 5.
My name is Chode Barlow.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That is horrid. No. All right. They've been mixed up again. All right, there we go. Mix them up again. Okay. All right, Q. And oh, yes. All right, Q. We will see you next time. Oh, Rune, I've been texting my friend instead of commenting. That's funny. All right, let's get going. P, thank you for the roses. And anybody who gives roses and gifts while I'm reading, if I don't catch them and hear them while I'm reading out, you had one job, but whatever, because we got the tour, so we just saw them all, so we're good. It's pretty funny, right? If you do give gifts and I don't see them and hear them and acknowledge you, please know thank you for all the gifts y'all do give. All right, let's get into it. All right, chapter 79. All right, son of a. All right, back to Saga. Okay, Saga. Do we need Ernisha? Or are you back in your right sound mind and body? 70K, the next full tour. Get to tap in. Let's do it. Saga stood before the door to the Queen's drawing room, trying to smooth the wrinkles from her long blue dress. She'd been nauseous since yesterday's day meal. An image flashed in her mind's eye, skirts whipping around her ankles, the canary watching eagerly. Saga forced her thoughts to the present with a deep, calming breath. One step, she told herself, knocking on the ornate door. There was only Ford. As the thrall led her through Signy's drawing room, Saga tried to settle her queasy stomach. Since the wretched day meal which had altered the course of Saga's life, a dozen plans had been built up and burnt down. Anna and her link to the Aprenza were gone. Ruick and his plans to steal her from the palace were gone, and yet he's still making it out of the first fucking round. Okay, he's going to come and save her, and he's so good. Which left Saga at Signy's whims. It was no longer about grand plans, no longer about a daring rebellion. Saga's world had been narrowed to a very dire need to stay alive. Today was about trying to salvage something from the wreckage of her life. It would be best to appease to the Queen's motherly side, she decided. Signy had, after all, proclaimed to be like a mother to Saga. Come on in, darling, carried Signy's cool voice. Saga lowered her mental barriers to free the sense as she forced herself forward. The Queen was seated in one of two furred armchairs arranged by the largest from the harps. Before her was a small table as polished marble, set with two silver gollops sinking into the empty chair. Saga folded her hands in her lap and gazed cautiously at Signy. Desperation does not become our poor Saga, whiffed Signy's thoughts. Wine, darling, the Queen asked aloud. She wore an ivory gown trimmed with hundreds of glacial pearls. Her white gold hair twined into a crowd of braideds upon her head. Imported from the southern continent, Signy continued, and a gift from the Zagragin party. Though Signy waved the cupbearer over to fill the two goblets. My thanks, your highness, she murmured, eyeing the burgundy liquid. It was the lost It was the lone spot of color in this whole room, aside from Saga's wrinkled blue dress. Signy took a sip. "Oh my," she murmured, her smile spreading. "I see there is something redeemable about these Zargadarians after all, though," thought the queen, her gaze landing heavily on Saga. "What can I help you with, darling?" Settling her goblet down, she looked Signy straight on. "Your Highness, I have come to discuss my engagement, and now I shall savor the sweetness of this moment." Saga's stomach twisted, but she forced herself to remain still. With a long sigh, Signy watched her impassively. An abrupt change in plans. "I know, darling, but I think we can both agree Magnus is far better match for you." "What did you say?" "She deserves worse for shaming my little bear." "Oh my God, my little bear! Pull his titty out of your mouth. Oh my Lord." "You see, Your Highness," began Saga, "I don't feel like it is a particularly good match." Signy hummed, taking another sip of her wine. "An older husband is not such a bad thing, you know. A man like Magnus can teach you a thing or two." "Darling, like what, eating honey, Mom?" "About pain and power, about playing within the rules. Magnus excels at such things." Saga pressed a hand to her stomach to steady a wave of revulsion that crashed through her. That's not... You know, Saga, we are so very alike," interrupted Sigyn. "I am nothing if not a champion of... I can't even say that line, y'all. I can't even say that. What kind of bullshit is, like, what? I can't even. I'm sorry. Signy is saying she's nothing but a champion of... Okay. Oh, yeah, sure. "I have plans for this kingdom to make it better, to grant power back to those who are weak at..." All right, unless she's fucking hiding some shit and she's gonna like reverse Tamlin us, she can go fucking eat a dick. I'm sorry. TikTok entertainment purposes, fictional people. Demi is about to read to us. I tell you what, Demi's about to fucking start reading. I tell you what. Whew, all right, anyway, sorry. Okay. Startled, Saga stared at the queen, trying to glean meaning through her thoughts. Signy's lips tilted up in the corner. "We could have been allies, you and I. It's a shame you didn't heed my warning, Saga. Things could have turned out differently for you. But I cannot allow anyone to impede my plans. It's unfortunate she's proven to be such a deceitful little thing." Saga pushed on, despite the cold pit growing in her stomach. "You have the power, Your Highness, please. You've been like a mother to me." Said Signy, watching her carefully. "You know, darling, I am reminded of a story." The queen waved over the cupbearer, who refreshed her wine in an instant. "'Tis a novel and a tale my father once told me. A children's fable about two little mice." Saga took a little small sip, feigning interest. "But it begins with the kind brown mouse, happy in her little hole in the wall. One day the brown mouse spies a white mouse fleeing from a cat. 'Here!' cries the little brown mouse, making space in her hole. The white mouse dashes in the hole in a very nick of time, narrowly missing a swipe from the cat's paw." Signy brought her cup to her lips, taking a delicate sip. The brown mouse offered nothing but hospitality to the white mouse, sharing her evening meals and allowing the white mouse to stay until she recovered from her fright. But the white mouse was not such a kindly creature. She stayed longer than she was welcome, ate more than her share, and was careless in the little hole. One day the brown mouse returned to discover her home crumbling to bits. With great sadness, the brown mouse was forced to leave and search for a new one. Saga stared at the queen's lips. Wine had stained them berry red, stark against Signy's pale skin. "Did Cass put something in the wine? Is something in the wine? Did somebody put something in the wine?" It took quite some time, but the brown mouse eventually found a new hole. It wasn't a few days later she spotted the same white mouse running from the cat, and this time the brown mouse did not offer her home as a safe refuge. Signy's ice blue eyes bore into Saga's. Why do you think I was reminded of this story, darling? A slow shiver rolled down Saga's spine. I suppose in you liken me to the white mouse. She chewed on the insides of her cheek. Does that make you the brown mouse, then? Signy laughed like a thinking glass. No, darling. I'm the cat. I devour curious little creatures. The queen sat her goblet down, staring at Saga with intensely. 100 days in the fan club. Welcome, MJ. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. And here it is. The game of pretenses finally put to an end. We both know this hasn't a thing to do with Ruick, hissed Saga. Signy let out a delicate huff. Darling, you've made the most elementary of mistakes. The queen leveled Saga with a long, hard look. You let the passion of your heart take control, and in doing so, you lost the only thing protecting you. Virtue is so very coveted by the Ukrains. It was only a kiss, Saga stammered. Beauty is a weapon, thought Sigyn. One that Zagarian men wield quite expertly. It is enough, said the queen, to bring shame upon my Björn, and enough, thought Signy, to rid us of this meddlesome little creature. Saga's desperation reached a boiling point. Clearly appalling to the queen's sympathies would get her nowhere. Appealing to the queen's sympathies would get her nowhere. She took a deep breath and let the words flow. I know you've been toying with Guldra right under the king's nose. I've known you've been stealing Guldra and harvesting their magic by the most vile means. At last her backbone shows. Those thoughts Signy, but the queen's face was maddeningly calm, silent as though urging Saga to continue. I know you had Anne executed to send me a message. Saga's hand curled into a fist as she thought the woman strung up on the pillar. I will never forgive you. Darling, do you think I need your forgiveness? Signy watched her impassively. I don't need you at all. This wedding cannot come soon enough, thought Signy. I'll tell the king, blurted Saga, anger raising in her. I know about Alfson and Leaky. I know about Roker's god. Signy sighed. You won't tell Ivar. There's no proof of anything. And why would he believe you, Saga? You, who have just proven yourself dishonest. Your word has little value to start, but now it's worthless. The telltale sting of tears burned through her skull, but Saga forced them back. Signy would never have her tears. But it is a shame, darling, that it has come to this, said Signy. I have been in your shoes and have tried to help you because of it. I pity you and did not heed my warnings. You could have had power. You could have been a queen. Instead, you will face the consequences of your own actions. Saga leapt to her feet, the goblet toppling. A crimson stain spread across the white marble table, dripping to the floor. I cannot recall much of my birth mother, she said, the words coming from deep within. You're the only mother I've ever truly known, and one day I shall repay all the kindness you have shown me. And with that, Saga left the room. Bum, bum, bum. All right, how do we do? 67, so close, so close. All right, so you get the 60 and the 65. So we get two buttons. All right, Brittany, what you got, love? What you got? She said 2 and 4. Picks, nice picks. They say you looking lovely.
Oh, sorry. Fight with Sharon's
I'm just following my destiny. I'm just doing what's happening.
All right, nice job on that one. All right, so where are we at now? All right, you're starting at the 68K. Ooh, y'all are moving up there. Don't forget, the record is 151. 151. And we still got an hour to go, so keep tapping away. Earn yourself that new button. All right, 85K is what y'all got to get to. 85K is what you got to get to. Boop, boop, doop, doop, boop. All right, chapter 79, Kingdom of Claw. Let's get to it. All right. North of Savanga Grammar Pass. Thank you, love. Scylla stared at the braids spilling down Rooney's back as they rode silently along the trail. The mountains looming before them were thick with freshly fallen snow, and the cold merely penetrative than Kalisgard's guarded valley. A river rushed beside them, the top not yet frozen over. As she'd done a dozen other times this hour, Scylla probed inwardly, searching for any hint of Saga's presence. Nothing. Sighing, she fixed her attention on Dawn. The hoarse, emerging winter's coat gave her a shaggy, unkempt look, but Scylla had braided her black mane to match her own hair. When they last passed through the valley, on their way to Kalisgard, Dawn's neck had drooped, a lead tied to the horse necessary to prompt her head forward. Now there was pride in each step. Dawn had relented to Scylla's brushing and braided, now ate from Scylla's palm while maintaining eye contact. She even bestowed several affectionate nudges upon Scylla. "Oh, that's nice." "Ah, you've come a long way, girl," said Scylla, rubbing Dawn's neck in appreciation. And so Scylla supposed had she. They rode for hours, though, valleys up the foothills, Scylla searching constantly for any hint of Saga's well-being. By the time they reached the first true mountain pass, Scylla's insides were twisted in at least a dozen knots. "How do you feel?" asked Ray, sliding horse up beside Dawn, who nickered in greeting. "My thighs ache," Scylla said absently, then burst into laughter, though not in a good way. Ray's hard look conveyed a dozen different plans he had in store for her. "Like a full leg massage or something? What's going on?" "We'll work on the good sorts of ache tonight." All up in the no shower in the woods, and like, come on, guys, like we gotta be personal hygiene and shit. You know what I'm saying? Good googly moogly. You don't want to be like passing infections. And he paused. "Sanvar Grammar Pass is the most treacherous stretch here to Copa. We cannot pause until we are through it, but shall stop for the night in the valley beyond." Swallowing, Scylla nodded. She was eager to warm her toes by the fire, a cup of brewer clutched in hand. The trail sloped up sharply, towering pines dwindling to the scrawny firs, spearing through the deepening snow. By the time the terrain evened out, Dawn's coat was dampened with sweat. "Good girl," Scylla whispered, stroking her withers. "Extra oat treats for you tonight." The wind howled as long, rigid mountains climbed up either side of the path. Scylla recalled Vig's explanation of the mountain's pass. They did indeed resemble a pair of curving serpents slumbering beneath the blankets of snow. Scylla couldn't help but shudder. If she never saw another serpent in her life, it would be too soon. Though the trees dotted the mountainside, distinct gaps existed on the steep slopes where an avalanche had plowed through. The wind tunneled between the mountain range, increasing rage, lashing against Scylla's cheeks. Hoof crunched on the snow at the smooth pass. In a light of fresh fallen snow, Ray had instructed their group to remain silent throughout this stretch, which lent a decidedly eerie feel to this place. And yet an unsettling feeling grew in Scylla's stomach. Her eyes searched for danger, but she saw only more trees, more snow, and endless curving lines in the mountain range. As they rounded the bend, she heard it in a sound so faint, Scylla thought it the wind. Ray held up a fist. Their line came to a halt. and without the crunch of hooves and snow, the sound was more defined, sending a chill straight down Scylla's spine. Hardly daring to breathe, she leaned into the saddle to see past Ray. White and evergreen were disrupted by a mass of ice blue. Oh, shit, son, Scylla blinked against the frigid winds, trying to discern what exactly it was and why exactly it was moving. She nearly choked on the realization. The hatchlings! We got snakes in the motherfucking valley! A dozen of the serpents swarming atop one another in a mob of ice blue scales. We must turn back, murmured Myrrh from behind. No, interjected Hef, his voice fortified with steel. This is our chance to end them. Our task is to protect Asa, interjected Caliph, a surprised note of concern in his voice. It would be folly to leap into battle. There are too many, said Runny. That must be all the remaining hatchlings, 4 dozen at least, all in unfavorable terrain. There is no cover, no advantage to be found. Scylla swallowed the lump in her throat as the pair of embered bright eyes turned to regard them. A forked tongue slipped between the gleaming fangs, crimson dripping from each. The hatchlings undilated from a mass, tipping off the top of the pile and tumbling into the snow. It's not built for land, whispered Helf. See the paddle on its tail? These creatures are meant for the water. Well, they already said that. That's why it was using the water. And here, they're cumbersome. I'm telling you, this is our advantage. Slowly, Ray unhooked his shield from Horse's saddle. Unless we can take that one out without the horde noticing, we may not have a choice. On it, murmured Mirror from behind, followed them by a shake of a bow and a slide of its straps. A soft twing signaled Mayor's arrow, whisking through the air. It sank deep into the hatchling's glowing red eye, causing the creature to hiss as it withered, then stilled. I don't like the feel of this, whispered Caliph, and Scylla had to agree, altered by the noise. Another hatchling tumbled from the horde. A second, a third, a fourth. Scylla stops counting. Dismount, ordered Ray. The corpse will trap the hopes, and they will have a better angle from below. Breakers up front, ashbringers in the back. Scylla beside me. Swiftly the group dismounted, sending the horses down the trail. Against this rock face, Ray ordered, darting toward a bare, sheer cliff face of dark basalt. We'll make a small shield wall against it, have a clear view of incoming serpents. They made a semicircle against the rock wall. Blade breakers again in the front, protecting the ashbringers. Rooney, predictably nowhere to be seen. She went invisible, bitches! Shields up, ordered Ray. Aim for the eyes, underbellies, as silent as you can. Ray's eyes locked with Scylla, his steedly mask dropping for a bare moment to reveal fear and worry. Together, she assured him. Together, Ray repeated, smoke peeling up from his palms as he's expressed, stay behind me. The serpents fell upon them like wolves of a dying creature, and the world dissolved into chaos. There were only those blood-red eyes, their lashing strikes, the spear-sharp fangs stabbing between shields. Fireballs exploded from Ranveer and Nephi, Caliph's whip, charring serpents left and right. Hef, Eric, and Myra shielded the ashbringers with their blade-breaker strengths. Serpents were torn in two, black blood spraying the snow as they were hurled through the air, and as the underbellies of the serpents split open mid-strike, Scylla knew Rooney fought beside them. Ray smoke burrowed down the throats and coiled around the serpents' bodies, while Scylla's white sword slashed out time and time again, and the beasts after beasts swarmed atop one another. Ray soon relinquished his Galder for his sword, heating it with the palm until it glowed red hot. After weeks of sparring together, Ray understood Scylla's movements before she did herself. Keeping away from her, turn the page. Sword with ease, they worked in tandem. Scylla's bright sword disorientating, while Ray finished them with a sizzling strike of the underbelly. And where Scylla's grasp and defense awareness existed, Ray seemed to fill them in, hacking off the fangs and shielding her from the attacks. More hatchlings fell upon them in frantic mass of forked tongues and slashing fangs. Scylla cleaved off a fang, shoving the creature's back as it screeched in confusion, then plunged her sword deep into its eyes. The eerie red glow extinguished to black as the serpent fell still. Her hair was now frosted, lashes glinting. A shrill male screech filled the air, and she whirled. An enormous figure blotted out the sky, and Ravnir was lifted from the ground, a large fang protruding from his chest. "No!" screamed Meyer, diving for Ranvir. But the mother serpent yanked him back from the group's safety, holding a withering Ranvir out for her children. A hatchling struck at him, his fangs sinking into the thigh and wrenching it free. Blood splurted a vivid streaks of crimson. A third beast snatched at Ranvir's middle, but the mother jerked back. Ranvir was torn in two. Half a dozen serpents swarming upon another at the time, the scent of his blood. "Bastards!" howled Eric. "Shore up!" barked Ray. "We break! We die!" Their semicircle tightened with one less amongst them. Serpent corpses were piled all around, forming a protective wall of sorts. But Scylla's stomach nodded as another idea settled into place. Trapped, Scylla warned. "She can pick us off." "Burn through them," Ray ordered Caliph and Nifi. As the Ashbringers got to work, the stench of the burned flesh overwhelmed her senses. But Scylla remained focused on the mother serpent, lunging down from above. She slashed her sword upward, with the mother recoiling just in time. Then she was striking again. Scylla's sword sliced through the air, connecting with the hard scales. The impact reverberated through her, yet it was enough to make the mother jerk back. "Caliph!" bellowed Ray, jostled from behind as Eric stumbled into him. "We're running out of time! Almost there!" was Caliph's labored reply. The mother struck down, and Ray yanked Scylla back, a pair tumbling to the ground and out of striking distance. But it seemed the great serpent had found prey all the same. A glinting thing plunged into Neff's back. "No!" hauling him upward. Dumbstruck, Scylla stared into Neff's terror-widened eyes. "No!" she screamed, leaping to her feet and grabbing Neff's foot. The mother serpent wrenched back, Nifi's boots slipping through Scylla's fingers. Horror and revulsions clenched in her stomach as the hatchling rushed below the mother, fighting for their prize. But then she was being dragged through a tunnel of putrid, burning corpses. As they stumbled into the fresh, cool air, Scylla sucked in. As they stumbled into the fresh, cool air, Scylla sucked it in by the lungful. Her relief was short-lived. The corner of her vision shadowed. Rays blazed whizzed through the air with the preternatural speed, blocking the mother serpent's renewed attack. "Stay behind me!" he bellowed as the enormous serpent reared up. From this angle, Scylla could see the black line running under the mother serpent's underjaw, the wound her Gultra had delivered in Jolkul's lake. But revulsion quickly overtook the slim measure of satisfaction as she saw the scrap of black armor dangling from the mother's fang. Nephi. Anger burning low in her stomach, a hatchling lashed out, Scylla's sword moving with pure instinct. Whoosh! Sinking into the underbelly. Whirling, Scylla placed her back to Ray's. "You take the hatchling ground, Ray. I'll handle the mother." Smoke stripped up from his hands, building and coiling above a churning storm. Sweat beaded down Scylla's brow as heat radiated from the fiery tempest. Ash raining down on the snow-covered grounds, she widened her stance and braced herself as a trio of hatchlings surged forward. Behind her, the mother screeched, and Scylla felt a rush of air as he slashed out at the smaller serpents. Ray had rooted himself to the ground, yelling with his exertion. Above, the storm of smoke spun tighter until it took on a serpentine shape. Flesh sizzling, the mother shrieking once more. Another hatchling struck out, and Scylla responded without a breath to spare. It was pure chaos. Scylla caught sight of Calla flashing a fire whip at the serpent, bearing down on Eric from behind. Myra cleaving one of the beasts in half with her blade breaker strength, while two other beasts closed in on her from either side. But as the minutes passed and Ray's grunts grew more irritated, Scylla's worries festered. "What are you doing back there?" Scylla demanded. Roast her gal tongue. She glanced over her shoulder. Stinged black scales were patched along the mother serpent's bodies, but it seemed only to have intensed her anger. "Thank you for that," he growled. "I hadn't considered it." Scylla slashed through the lunging serpent. "What's the problem?" "She's too fast." "You need to get closer," she said, an idea taking form. "You need a diversion." A hand wrapped around Scylla's arm, squeezing gently. "What do you need?" asked Rooney. "Guard Ray's flank," said Scylla in a low voice. She eyed the mother serpent. You want me, don't you, spawn of Murrock?" The mother's enormous forked tongue slid out. The glowing ember eyes honed in on Scylla. "What the fuck are you doing, Scylla? TikTok entertainment purposes only. What the fuck is happening?" The mother's enormous forked tongue slid out. These glowing ember eyes honed in on Scylla. "Such a tasty Volsic, but you have to catch me." And then Scylla ran. "What, you fucking walk? You can barely walk on flat ground and you're going to run from this is... Oh, shit, Jesus Christ." She felt more than heard the ground. The mother take chase. The ground shook with each clumsy undilated of the mothers plowed after her. Scylla dodged and ducked and slashed her way through the hatchling. Behind her, Rooney cried out and Ray bellowed in rage. Scylla cast an anxious glance over her shoulder and stumbled. A storm of smoke seemed to have evaporated as Ray clung to the serpent's back, legs flailing with each surge of her body. One hand slipped and held on to a single pale blue scale. The mother serpent paused, head whirling in a search of the pest on her back. "Stop!" yelled Scylla. The mother whipped around, nostrils flaring. But besides the giant serpent, dozens of smaller red eyes turned her as well. "Not tasty," Scylla said, backing away. "I lied. I taste like old socks." She glanced at the mother. Ray had regained his grip. "What the fuck? What are you doing?" "What?" Ray had regained his grip and was shimming up the mother's neck just a little further and he'd be right where he needed to be. Scylla turned and ran. The ground rumbled as the mother took chase, her offspring not far behind, hissing, their hairs on the neck on the end, and she glanced over her shoulder once more. Ray had reached the mother's head, ash and smoke coiling up his raised palms. Scylla dove out of the way just in time. The mother's fangs sank deep into the ground, thundering echo off the mountains surrounding them. By some miracle, Ray clung to the serpent's head, and he hooked his legs. What is he fucking riding, a goddamn bareback horse? What the fuck? Scylla felt a goldrill thicken in the air, saw smoke peeling up from his hands, and a torrent unlike any she'd seen before. The smoke was midnight black, blotting out the skies, embers crackling like wildfire within. Scylla shielded her face with heat, snow melting beneath her. The serpent yanked her fangs loose from the ground, rearing up, but Scylla rushed into the mother's path, desperate to keep her distracted. It was enough. Ray shoved the full force of his powers at the mother, and a maelstrom of smoke and embers battled relentlessly down her. Smoke burrowed into the mother's eye sockets and nostrils, pouring into her body and filling the air with the scent of charred flesh. The mother screamed, withering about, but Axe Eyes held on, pouring every ounce of his golder into the monstrous foe. She slowed, swayed, and Ray was suddenly sliding down the serpent's back. Rolling onto the snow-covered ground, the mother crashed down, sending a plume of snow into the air. She did not rise. Scylla rushed to Ray's side, slashing to the hatchlings, lunging at him from behind. Two more appeared in its place, and together Scylla and Ray cut them down. But where one fell, another appeared. Another and another and another one. Another one. Exhaustion was creeping in. Scylla's muscles protested. There seemed to be an endless supply of hatchlings, their numbers never dwindling. A curious whistling sound had her looking over in time to catch a flaming arrow sailing through the air. It collided with the precautious-looking shelf of ice, sending it tumbling down with the sharp cry. It's gonna be the Blood Axe Crow! It's gonna be the Crow! The snow plowed the air, making it difficult to see, but it was a low rumble shaking the earth and told Scylla enough. Avalanche! Shouted Ray, grabbing Scylla's arm and yanking her away again. Scylla was running for her life, this time from altogether different foe. The rumbling grew more thunderous with each passing heartbeat, snow shaking loose from the trees, and they ran until their muscles screamed and their lungs burned and sound reached an ear-splitting crescendo. Breathless they turned. Eric emerged from a cloud of powder, then Mira and Hef dragging Caliph between them. Runny flickered into the heartbeat later. Thank the gods, weighed Scylla. Together the group watched the avalanche plow down the mountain, straight into a mass of clumsy hatchlings. Snow burst into the air, powdering their faces and obscuring their vision. And the snow settled. Nothing remained of the battle but an enormous bank of snow. Their serpents were buried. The gods have spared us, exclaimed Miri, tugging Runny into a height tug. Tears sprung to Scylla's eyes. It truly felt like a miracle. The mother and the hatchlings were gone. Their group had survived. A hand ran up her spine, settling on the back of her neck. And then Scylla was pulled against Ray's chest, his lips pressed to hers. Scylla kissed him back, waiting for relief to come. But despite the reassurance pressure of Ray's lips, a niggling feeling grew in the back of her mind. Where had the arrow come from, and why had the serpents been here, of all places? What had a mass of hatchlings been swarming over? Crimson blood had dripped from the... Oh, no, it's not gonna be fucking Chodus. Don't be fucking Chodus. Ah, fuck, Dick. Who the fuck is it? Oh, shit, hang on. Hang on. In case this bitch tits, hang on. Hang on. Don't fucking tell me that's what was on the paper. That better not be him. I'm gonna lose my shit. Oh, God. Oh, God. Who is it? Okay. Crimson blood had dripped from the first hatchling's lips, which meant they had been feasting on something. Well, isn't this sweet? Scylla jerked back with a sharp grasp of voice. It was no. Slowly she turned to face the man. No. The person. No. Fuck! Don't tell me it's him. Hello, Curls. God damn it, it's him. It's fucking him. It's fucking him. God. Fuck. We don't want any more restrictions. Okay. Oh, 84, you were so close. Oh, entertainment purposes, TikTok, we are okay. It is a fictional character. Fuck. 77. You get 3 buttons, Britt. Ah, 3 buttons. Mother. We're good. We're good. Okay, we're good. We're back. Whew. She said 5, 7, and 9. Oh, wait. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 7, 5, 6, 7. Ah!
I've
Okay.
always liked
Yes.
to play.
5, 7, 9. Okay. Sorry, I got confused. I was saying 7, but my finger was going to 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. God bless America. It's spinning round and round like the exorcism. Flustered? Oh. All right. We got 30 minutes. Do we want to keep going or do we want to stop there after that BS? What do y'all want to do? What do we want? Do we want to leave with that? Do you want to leave off with that? Or do we want to keep going? What do we want to do, folks? Fucking Jonas. God damn it. I mean, he saved him. I guess. I don't know. MJ's like, keep going. Keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. The plan was to go no matter what because they were short chapters. So we're going to keep going. I got 3. It's been second and third. We are moving on. Okay, so where are we at? Uh-oh, hang on. Hey, Dodgers hit a home run. You know what that means. All right, let's go. You are at 87K, 100K for the full tour. Let's get going. Chapter 80, Kingdom of Claw. And we're back down to Sunovic. Of course, you're going to take us back down to Sunovic, Demi. What's up? What's up, boo-boo? What you got? What'd you do, baby? 1 second, folks. Oh, nice. You sewed those on there.
I embroidered them.
Embroider them. Hey, y'all, she's embroidering stars on her pants. And she's also embroidering them on the back. Look at that. Little crafty family we got here. Nice job. Some more down there?
It's for a cosplay.
Hell yeah, dude. Pearls on them too? We'll keep going. We'll keep showing everybody. Look at that. They say it's awesome. That's her love hearts. All right, cool.
I'm winging this. I don't know what I'm doing.
She's like, I'm winging it. I don't know. Hey, you don't know what you do until you try. And then if it doesn't work, you try again. That's fine. It's not like we don't have more pants you can't figure it out on. If not, we'll go to Goodwill, get more. It is what it is. All right, let's get going, folks. All right, chapter 80. Oh, she does. She takes after Mama on so many, if you only knew. All right, hang on. Do I need you again? It fucking... all right, hang on. All right, 100. That's your goal, guys. Tap away. All right, let's go. Chapter 80, Sunovic. Where is Magnus? Demanded King Ivar, draining his goblet and slamming it down. It was the day after her meeting with Signy, and Saga now found herself seated beside the king. His travesty of an engagement feast. The feasting tables were filled with Sunovic's nobles chatting amongst themselves and sampling the Zagregan wine the queen had served. As Saga caught herself searching for a pair of emerald eyes, she scowled. She had known if she and Ruik were discovered kissing in the courtyard, it would be Saga who paid the price, and yet she thought better of him. How after everything they'd shared in the gardens, could he have just left her? Saga sighed. Self-pity was not a luxury she could afford. She needed to keep her wits sharp and find an ally. But this room was hardly filled with the type of people Saga could ally herself with. Aside from the Volsic betrayers and the Urkins, many were friends of Magnus Hot Eater. Bile climbed up her throat as Saga realized those same soldiers who'd corner her in the stables were likely in this room, ready to ravel as Magnus claimed yet more vengeance. Y'all are saying put Anisha on already? Oh, shit, son, it's gonna get deep. Punishment echoed his voice in her ears, nothing but a worthless pet. Desperation filled as she surveyed the room. Alone, she was alone in this pit of serpents, and she wanted to scream. Slanderous whispers carried through the hall. Looks of disdain sent her way. Magnus's name reached her ears, and she shuddered. Days from now, she'd be wed to that monster. Would belong to him. But Asa, all day as her thoughts spiraled into darkness, she brought herself back to the light with a single thought. She had a sister. She had her sister. Had her mind-to-mind connection. And Saga reminded her to take things one step at a time. First, she'd get through this evening. Then she'd figure out the rest. A cup barrel swirled with a silver jug, wordlessly filling Saga's goblet as Ivar shoved his own forward. "Oh, I am sorry, Your Highness," she said sweetly, dropping into a curtsy. "It was the last drop. I shall return with fresh wine in a moment." "Would you like my cup, Your Highness?" asked Saga, offering a goblet to the king. She was unused to sitting so near to him, and found herself missing Björn's dull tales and odd observations. But as her father figured, tradition dictated Ivar sit to her left at wedding celebrations. All night she fought with herself to tell the king if Signy's schemes or not. Spilling to the king without proof seemed more likely to incense him further. But now she held the king's ear. Perhaps there were other opportunities to be found here. Ivar waved off Saga's offer and goblet surveyed the crowd. The hour grows late, and Magnus is normally punctual. Saga swirled her cup, scowling at the Zagradian gifted wine. As far as she was concerned, the later her betrothed arrived, the better. Sipping deeply, she let the rich flavors wash over her tongue. "I must apologize, Your Highness," said Saga, gathering her courage. "I did not intend to shame the family." Ivar surveyed her with dark eyes, stroking his blonde beard. "Of course he's a blonde, just like Jonas!" Sorry. With large, spattled, scarred hands. "I suppose it is your blood to make poor decisions," he said with a sigh. Saga gritted her teeth with the effort to keep her face impassive. Slowly, she took a long sip of wines. God, she needs all of the liquid courage she could get to weather this evening. "I suppose you are blameless for being so easily misled," continued the king. "But as you well know, power is a thing that must always be displayed. My son cannot be seen as a predator while sympathizing with prey." Sorry, I'm writing a note down of when I had that crash out. Maybe I can clip it. The cupbearer returned and filled the king's goblets. "So you understand why you cannot marry Björn? Why make him look forgiving, weak?" Saga's heart palpitated wildly in her chest, relentlessly gathering in her. "I understand." She collected every lingering scrap of her courage. "But by that logic, would I not also make Magnus look weaker?" Ivar watched her with hard, asserting eyes. "Unlike Björn, Magnus is seasoned and has already made a name for himself. I cannot think a single person who does not know and fear of the Heart Eater." His eyes landed on her hands, gloved to appease Signy. "And I think we both know Magnus is hardly the forgiving type." Saga's knees began bouncing under the table. "Ursur's damnation. Where is Magnus? I don't want this spectacle to go on longer than needed. I have that blonde serving thrall to see to." Saga straightened, casting a sidelong glance at King Ivar. Her mental barricades must have slipped loose. Focusing on her goblet, she reached for her barriers to pull them back into place. But each time she tried to tug them, they slipped through her fingers like silk. The girl is getting what she deserves. "I heard the Zagarians could cast off far enough. I wonder when Prince Björn will select a new bride." This discordant jumble of thoughts built slowly in volume. Taking short sips of air, Saga tried again to pull up her barriers, only to discover great frayed holes. She getting drunk or something, isn't she? widening with each passing heartbeat and sudden onslaught of sound causing her body to tense. Her grip tightened around her goblet. What was happening? Never before had she lost control of her sense. Never had she been unable to pull up her barriers. Oh, shit, Lord, what's happening? Her world became chaos, a roar of thoughts and boisterous conversations. The volume grew unbearable. Hands clamping over her ears, Saga slammed her eyes shut, gasping for a breath, trying to ease her racing heart. Saga, I don't know. Ursa's voice. Saga forced her eyes open, took in her foster sister. Ursa stood before her with wide, earnest eyes. Please understand. I did not know. I only wanted Lord Ruig to myself. I never meant for this to happen. What? Okay. Saga's lips parted, but the deluge of sound made it impossible to think, let alone speak. Magnus hurt you, didn't he? Ursa's thumb rubbed against the back of Saga's gloved hand. That's why you looked terrified at the day meal. They called him Heart Eater by Ursa's paw. I would take it back if I could. Saga caught movement down the table. As she turned her head, her eyes locked on a pale face, white blonde hair, eyes of glacial blue. Signy's lips curved up. Saga, darling, wafted the queen's thoughts as though they were directed straight to her. It seems you've been keeping secrets from me. You got it. You're fucking kidding me, right? The fuck is happening right now? What is happening in this fucking book? Where are we at? God, 97. So close. Y'all are getting so close. So close. All right. You get 2 more buttons. 2 more buttons. We get 2 more buttons. Saga's not having a lot. Saga's not having a good time. I don't even think Saga knows what the fuck's going on at this current moment in time. All right, Britt. What you got? 3 and 6. 1, 2, 3.
I'm just following my destiny. I'm just doing what comes happening.
Here we go. Okay, we got 15 minutes. I think we might be able to get one more chapter in, folks. We may be able to get one more in. Let's try to get it in. Okay, where are we at really quick? Where are we at? You are hit 100K. All right, you're at 100K. All right, you can do this. You can do this. 120. You can do it. I've got the faith in you. You've got the... you're the faith. It's the click. All right. Anyway, let's get into it. Chapter. Oh, fuck. We're back. God. Oh, God damn it. I don't know if I want to read this one if we're at this fucking Jonas. Ooh, thank you for the little corgi bot. That was so cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Here we go. Chapter 81. Sanvagromer Pass. The wind was fierce and biting, but Scylla stared at... Jonas, she could not feel it. A range of emotions swamped her. Grief for what had been. Shame for her... It was not your fault! The brother's death and a distant sense of inadequacy. Jonas had discarded her or tossed her. He didn't toss you away. He fucking drugged you, kidnapped you, and took you to fucking... Tossed her away, seeing him again, brought her back to the cell, cold and scared, shrinking in on herself. Jonas looked at the same always. Golden hair pulled back at her crown. You know what? Your name is about to be Jonas. The name is about to be... Where This might not be Jack anymore. Like, dead ass, this might be Jonas now. It might not be fucking Jack anymore. Jonas and JJ. Your name is about to be JJ. Jonas and Jack. JJ. JJ fucking bitch tits. We'll figure it out. JJ. Okay, Jonas looked the same as old. Fucking golden hair pulled back in his crap. Strand. Scylla had run her fingers through the... No. She was delusional. It was the leaves. The color of the eyes of the summer sky, always with the hint of arrogance. She hated that she knew it was a mere mask to conceal his inner wounds that she knew was beneath. Collar would hang his family talisman, reminding him as he lost and strove to regain. A chasm opened wide in her chest, and she despised him for drugging her and giving her to the fucking Clinari. You understood? There's no motives all at once. But as Jonas stared back at her with the hard, unfeeling eyes, at last the cold of the mountain penetrated her skin, and Scylla chilled further as 24 armed Clinari stepped up behind Jonas. Black wolf pelted cloaks swirled into the wind, revealing hand axes and hivrits seethed in their battle belts, their claw-tattooed faces reigniting her long-learned fear of the king's claws. A trap, murmured Ray, strong at her side. They lured the serpents here to thin us out, to tire us. He nodded down the path. At last, Scylla understood how the serpents had come to be here. Fuck, all right, it was a good fucking plan. I'll give him that, but he's still... Still understood how the serpents had come to be here. The sheep carcasses were heaped over the blood-spattered snow, positioned directly beside the icy waters of the river. They triggered that avalanche to block our retreat. Scylla's mind whirled, desperate to form a plan. Gulls were nearly drained. They were outnumbered and had nowhere to retreat. Fuck, murmured Eric, reappearing to reach the same conclusion. Jonas's eyes climbed to Scylla's boots up to her face. He scuffed. Nice laboring curls. You think yourself a warrior now? Live is eligible again. Bullying. Oh, it's entertainment, TikTok. I swear. It is entertainment. We're reading a story. Stupid tiki-talkie. Anyway, digressing. I see you've wasted no time taking my leavings, Ray. Besides her, Ray unsheathed his sword and widened his stance. Jonah's lip quirked. She's something, isn't she? Skin so soft, smells so sweet. You are. Best you find it out of me, Ray. Beneath the pretty face, she's the spawn of Miker. Not another word, warned Ray in a low growl. I still hear her voice when I'm alone in my bed at night. More, Jonas. You feel so good. Hold your tongue or I'll cut it out and feed it to you. Entertainment TikTok. Ray stepped forward, but Scylla put hands on his arms. Do not let him stir you. She hissed through her cheeks, burning fiercely. You turned your back on your kin, snarled Ray. The man I knew was better than that. Kin? Scuffed Jonas. She was never kin. Elias was kin. What about me, Jonas? What about Hecla and Gunnar and Sigrun? We were your family as well. You betrayed us all and dishonor your brother. You do not speak of Elias, Jonas spat on the ground. I swore an oath to my brother and intend to fulfill it. She must pay. Ray shook his head and Scylla could feel his disappointment. It was a warrior's death, Jonas, an honorable one. A needless one, examined Jonas, a vein pulsing his forehead. This will only end with more of your sorrow, warned Ray. Enough, Ray, said Jonas. My quarrel is not with you. That's where you're wrong, Jonas, growled Ray. If your quarrel is with her, then your fight. Then it is my fight. Heed my warning, and I'll say it only once. You touch her, and I'll open your throat with my axe. She's got you wrapped around her finger, Ray. That's what she does. She tricks you. She's a liar. Fuck off, dick. I thought she's a liar. TikTok entertainment purposes only. I know she's a liar. She's my liar, though. Yours, Jonas Tuff? Ah, that's right. Slattery, his lips curled. Your own lies have caught up with you at last. All those years of lying to the crew, hiding what you were while preaching honor. Understood that I did not do so maliciously. Some lies are necessary to stay alive in this kingdom, Ray, said Ray uneasily. Deceitful, the pair of you. Jonas shook his head. You deserve one another. He turned to Scylla, those brilliant blue eyes filled with hate. Scylla, or do you prefer Asa? His lip curled. There is no escape for you, but if you come willingly, we will spare the others. To Scylla's surprise, Caliph stepped forward, leaning heavily on Myra's shoulder. You'll need to cut through us first, he snarled. I see she's, poisoned the rest of you with her lies as well, said Jonas. This woman brings nothing but destruction. A foolish choice to put yourself in her past. It is not Asa's doing, spat Myra. Let us place the blame where it belongs, on the shoulders of that farce of a queen. Ignoring Myra, Jonas returned his gaze to Scylla. This is your last warning, Scylla. We can do this by word or blade. Surely you do not wish for more people to die. Scylla watched him, choosing her words carefully. I do not wish for more death. In that, you are right. Few through this group was, Scylla felt their support building up in her. But I will always choose to fight for Isildur. No matter the odds, her blood pumped hot through her veins. I owe it to my kingdom, to my family. I owe it to Matthias Norvig, Elias Sivik, and to Sagragumur, and Nefa, and Ranvir, and all those who have died to keep me safe. But most of all, I owe it to my people, who've long suffered under the Ukraine regime. Scylla had planned to say none of it. Hadn't known she felt it until the words spilled from her heart. But now, she felt it. Down to her very marrow. Long had it taken her to get to this place. But here she was. Here are your options, Scylla continued. Ride back down that trail and become food for the ravens. I can see you think yourself quite clever, but hear me now, Jonas. A hungry wolf is bound to wage a harder battle, and we, the Guldra, are starving. Jonas let out a bark of incredulous laughter. As the sounds echoed off the mountains surrounding them and the distant whimp of the snowfall met their ears, the group of collectively held their breath, releasing them only when silence was restored. Jonas turned his gaze to Scylla. Gods, you spent too much time with Ray. Your arrogance is astounding. Scylla shook her head slowly. I'm sorry you're hurting, Jonas. Sorry for what you've been through. But this, she gestured at the Clanary behind him, this is not the way. You're not a fucking Mandalorian. It is not right, and you know it in your heart. Do not presume to know what is in my heart. I know my family means everything to you, she answered. I know you wish not only to honor them. It is not too late. Leave now, Jonas, and I'll let you live. He scuffed again. You'll let me live, Curls? Your threats are as soft as your bitch-ass dick. I'm not... What? You really say your threats are as soft as your... Okay, you little fucking... He's got a... I don't even think he's a chode. He's a micro man. As your cunt with raged exhale, Ray stepped forward, but Scylla grabbed his hand, yanking him back. She expressed her light. Entertainment TikTok, exactly, Belle, thank you. Expressed her light, the sword forming quickly, but she could sense a hollowness within. Her source was lower than it had ever been before, frost crackling along the blade's length as she took her familiar defensive stance. The slightest widening of his eyes, and the only trace of her surprise from Jonas. Just as quickly, it was gone. It'll be blades then, he said dully. With a subtle nod, the Clanary put their ringing knuckles to their nose, inhaling deeply. Burskin powder stored in their rings, half kissed. Ha! hissed Calf. "'Twould give them berserker power and rage." Indeed, as they watched, the Clenary shudder, a wild look filling their eyes as the red-bearded man on the farthest end locked eyes with Scylla. He bared his teeth in an ugly snarl. The Clenary squadron growled and shifted, some brash swords against their shields, others biting down on the rims. "Don't let their bravado frighten you," murmured Ray, his boots edging against hers. Smoke peeled up from his palms, gathering above. "The birch gunpowder makes them strong, yes, but it also makes them reckless." Swallowing, Scylla braced herself for the Clenary's advance. Beside her, callous flames licked to life, but before the small band of Galdra could unleash themselves upon the Clenary, 24 snarling warriors vanished into thin air. A cruel smile crept across Jonas's face. The Queen's chosen are eager to test themselves in battle. Dun, dun, dun! And with that is where we leave off for the evening. I love it. I love it. Ah. Woo. What a spot to leave off of, let me tell ya. Where do we get to? What did we get to with the clickety clicks and the clickety clacks? I gotta find my... All right, where do we go? Oh, what did we get? 108K, so close, 108. Ah, so close. All right, so we're gonna give you another 2, give another 2, and then I'll give you one on the way out. What do we got, folks? Brittany, are you still here, love? She said 1 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We know 1. We gonna save 1 to the end because everybody knows what 1 is. Yes, that is right. Tamlin needed... Tamlin need to form a scorned lovers chodery club for real. Eat a bag of Richards, Jonas. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Opens the door. Keep a name out your mouth. He said, open it. Open it. All right, everybody. That will take us to 82. Now, I think we might be able... I'll tell you what. I think we're going to go Wednesday. Wednesday better for everybody to finish up? Is Wednesday the best day to finish this story up? Because that's what we're looking at. Is that what we are looking at? Is that good? If something were to change, I will let you know. But otherwise, it looks like we will finish the story up Wednesday. That means tomorrow, because, yeah, I'll post like 7 videos. So, yeah, because tomorrow I'll have 7 videos to record, because we read 7 videos tonight. So we'll post those tomorrow, and we will finish it out Wednesday. And then, yes, we will be done with Kingdom of today. We'll be done with Kingdom of Claw on Wednesday, folks. And then in just under a week, we'll be done with Root of Darkness, because that's like a 6-day read right there. And then we'll be on to Dawn of North, where apparently Cass is going to do something. Apparently. But I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. And I'm so glad you will be here, Belle. Seriously, I will. But all right, folks, with that being said, Britt, what button would you like to go out on? You can pick any button. You don't have to pick a number. Which button? Just say the Shadow Daddies, the buzzard button. Cass needs to do something, because I'm about to get rid of the whole thing. We about to call a mistrial or something. The Russian judge was caught taking a bribe from the French judge or something. What you got, Britt? Shadow Daddies, no problem. All right, folks. After the Shadows Daddies, I'm working an extra night, so okay, no problem, MJ, no worries. Remember, everybody, if you happen to miss an episode, we do have them. I post them over. They get posted. Well, we're streaming on the UB2B. They're there. The only difference is the buttons. They don't get the cool songs. I have to take those down for copyright purposes. Also, folks, I know I haven't really said it, but if you haven't noticed, if you could go into my bio, if you need to know where all the links are to get to everything, go into my bio. I got a link tree in there. You can get to the YouTube and all the other things that Liz has started to create and do that. Give it a check out. Take a look, okay? I tell you what, I wrote down, I think at about the 2-hour mark, I think is when I crashed out. And I want to see if that's a crash. Maybe I can clip it. So when y'all saw me writing in the middle when I stopped, I was seeing about what time so I can go back and look at the replay because I think that might be clip worthy. I don't know. We're going to find out. But with that said, folks, once again, thank you for joining us. Let's get some Shadow Daddies on the way out of here. Until then, we will see you Wednesday, folks. Until then, we will see you in the Cord. Have a good one, folks. Everybody else, once again, have an amazing day, a great night's sleep, and hopefully tomorrow is just a little bit better than today. Have a good one, folks.